So one thing that's kind of challenging with the hardtop, although I love the hardtop, is actually taking the top down. You know, those hardtops are pretty heavy, and then even the sunroof, you can take it off, which is not hard, but then you have to store it in the back. And when we're camping and doing things like that, our storage is a premium. So we purchased at the Daytona Jeep Beach, we saw a really cool thing called the Freedom Top, and it's made by Easy 4x4, and what it allows you to do is turn your front area into a sunroof by just flipping it back, and then you don't have to store it in the back of your Jeep. So we're going to install it today, and it says that it should only take about 30 minutes to install. So we'll see.
Okay, so step one of this process, we are going to get up on top. We're going to lay out the Freedom Top and where it's going to touch. I'm going to put some tape so that I know the areas that I need to clean with the lacquer thinner. And I'm going to have to clean that 3 to 4 times really well with the lacquer thinner where the adhesive is going to grip. So step number one, we're going to lay that out and show you how to do that. Alright, so I've laid out my panels. The long forks go forward. There's a little spot on the side kind of shows you where to line it up. We do have an alignment tool that we will use later. What I'm trying to do right now is just kind of get the general layout. I'm going to put tape across the top and the bottom about 1 inch down. That will tell me this is the areas that I need to clean. That way I know that I'm not cleaning outside my area, and we will be using lacquer thinner to clean the area and make sure that it's actually lacquer thinner that you're using, not paint thinner. Okay, so now that I've got that taped, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to remove these, set them back in my handy dandy box area, and then I am going to begin cleaning. Okay, so I'm going to begin cleaning. I'm going to basically clean the insides of the areas where I'm going to be working. Make sure we remove any wax or any impurities out of these areas. And we're going to clean this about 3 or 4 times to make sure we're getting it real clean. So in the packet they provide you some primer. Once you have cleaned the area, you are going to use this primer in the areas where the aluminum is going to touch, and you want to get that on there and then let them dry. When we were there they gave us some extra ones actually, which was kind of nice because they don't seem to go real far per packet. One thing too is if you touch the area that you're working in, you need to go back and use the lacquer thinner again, and then put the primer on again. Okay, so they provide you an alignment tool. So what we're going to do is we are going to lay this alignment tool down. It's got some notches so that you can center that, and then we are going to put our other panels into place and get them lined up. The notches on the side, they go out, so we're going to be careful as we set those in there. And what we're going to try to do is get the pieces lined up on both edges so that this is centered here. And then once we kind of get it where we think it needs to be, I'm going to tape that down. Okay, so with the alignment tool, you want to make sure that you lay it in centered with there's a cut mark at each end. The big triangle is at the bottom. It hooks into the top. It's got a lip over it so it stays sturdy. Then what you do is you press your other pieces in so they align up evenly here, making sure that your tick mark on this side is even with the same spot on both sides. Mine is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to tape my alignment tool into place and make sure that that doesn't move around. And I'm using painter's tape just in case, so it comes back off more easily. And then I'm actually going to put another piece across here. Now I'm going to keep double checking and making sure that my alignment looks good. That looks good right now. So my next thing that I'm going to do is lift up this piece here, and I'm going to remove the adhesive and then flip it down and put pressure on it. Apparently if you remove these slowly, it works a little better because there are some cuts in the stuff that you remove. Now I'm going to double check my alignment, make sure I'm still aligned correctly. I'm going to flip this over without touching anything. Again, double checking my alignment. I'm going to let it drop. Put some pressure on it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is come over to this side and do the same thing. Okay, now that I've gotten both these back parts secure, kind of put my knees on them, I'm going to do the same thing with the front piece, and I'm going to leave my little template still in there, so as I go to put it down it still lines up correctly. Okay. As I put these down, I'm going to put my pressure of my knees on them. Alright, so I've removed the tape. Now what I'm going to do for the existing panels that I have here is I'm going to go ahead and step on them and give them adequate pressure to make sure that they're getting secure. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I am measuring down 24.5 inches so that I can set my little rubber pads in place. And the reason I'm going 24.5 inches, the recommendation is to go 24 inches down and then place these in so that they will be a rubber bumper between the tops when it's flipped backwards. And these are 1-inch squares. So I did 24.5 so that I could line it right up with the tape and you know, have it be in the right place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on the top ridges, not in the valley, because the top ridges are where they line up with the top ridges up there, so that's going to be the part that's going to want to touch. So to do that, I'm going to get my lacquer thinner back up here and clean a spot and then use my primer again. So now I'm going to use another one of my primer tabs here, and I am going to prime the places for the bump stops. And then I'm going to let that dry. Alright, so I've got 6 bump stops, so I'm going to go ahead and put my first one on. And what we're going to do is we're going to center that right up against the tape line. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but I like things to be in line if I can. So one thing I didn't even think about, I put this in the center, but the center is not raised at the top. It's raised over here, so I need one additional. So one thing they did tell me when I bought this is if I put something in the wrong place, if you do it fairly quickly, you can get a piece of dental floss and take it underneath and you can readjust. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, I opened up the top because our next step is to put some locking mechanisms so that your Jeep top locking mechanism can grab onto this and hold it down. So what I've done is I've set it in place, and on the JLs it's got a cut here, and you want the outer angle going out like that. So what I'm trying to do is make sure it's snug up in there with the bracket staying flat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark that with tape on 3 sides to make sure that I have the exact spot that I want it to stay in. And then I'm going to double check it again, because there is an adjustable hinge that you can use if it's off a little bit, but I don't like to be off very much, so I want to make sure that I have it as lined up properly as I can. And I'm checking my clearances here at the top to make sure that I'm where I need to be. Okay, so I'm going to hold that in place. That looks like that's going to hold it in nicely. So now I'm going to get the other piece and do the exact same thing on the other side. All right, so we've got everything installed. Installation on this probably took about 45 minutes. A lot of times when I'm installing something for the first time, I try to take my time, not to rush it. So if you've done one of these before, it would be a little bit quicker, but I just like to kind of take my time. And now we just want to look at what it looks like after it's fully installed. Nothing has been cleaned up here. You'll see it's a little hazy where we used the cleaner and stuff, which will clean that up a little bit later, but I don't want to do that while it's still curing right now. So you can see you've got the hinges, you've got the pads for it to rest on, and you've got the locking mechanisms in there. So not a lot of hardware sitting on the top, but not too bad. So we're going to go ahead and give it a try now and see if we can put it up the way we're supposed to when we would normally be using it. All right, so we're going to unlock the top here like we normally would. Make sure all of our cameras are in our face, and make sure that we're completely released. We're going to lift it up using the hinge, let it drop into place. Open the passenger side door, the rear door on the driver's side, excuse me. Jump up on the tire and use our locking mechanism to put it into place. That worked well. Now around to the other side, we're going to do the exact same thing. Unlock all of our components here. Push it up. Letting it gently drop back onto the rubber pads. And then we're going to lock it into place. So, pretty easy, pretty cool operation. Definitely, I think, worth the money. This is going to allow me to let my hair blow in the wind and be free.
So if you liked this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button.